us off with an opening statement, then we'll take some questions from the media.
Sure. Excited about where this young group is. I think it's obviously a lot of room to grow, but really pleased with some of the progress of the young ones early on. We've played some difficult games. I think our schedule is about to get even more difficult with two top 25 opponents in Baylor and TCU coming up. But it's another opportunity for this group to grow and learn. We used yesterday and today as opportunities to practice and compete. I can't tell you the last time we've had time during Thanksgiving where we weren't playing 3 games in 3 days, and I think it's been really good. I think it's what this group needed in terms of being able to look at some things schematically, but just mainly look at ourselves and go, okay, where is the biggest growth that this group needs to make, and how do we help them do that? And for us, it's not allowing them to get caught up in just an end result always of, okay, what's my focus today? How do we help them achieve that? And I think we had some really good progress yesterday. You never know when you're preparing in practice and you're not preparing for games how young people are going to respond. And I thought the response yesterday was really good. We watched film on Sunday and just kind of had a recovery day for them, and then we were able to get after it a good bit yesterday and then again this morning. So pleased with their effort with that. This group wants to win. They want to be successful. It's our job to help them continue to be put in those situations where they can grow and not become frustrated if something doesn't go according to plan, and learn how to win. No, I think it's been the difference for us. I think we're plus 6.5, somewhere right in there in the rebound margin. It's been an area of focus for us in the last year's recruiting class of going, hey, we've got to add not just size. You want size because that helps with rebounding, but for us, it's people that want to go pursue the ball. And we've had 2 freshmen that have had, multiple double-doubles. And when you do that, that means that you're producing. It's not just from a point standpoint. I mean, Robin Lee is averaging right at 7 rebounds a game at 5'6". It's wanting to go pursue the ball, getting out of your circle and going and getting those. And I think that's been something when our turnover margin is what it is right now, you've got to have something that's going to set you apart to allow yourself to stay in those games and give yourself a chance to win. And I've been proud of them for that. And honestly, our defensive positioning hasn't been great yet. They're still trying to figure that out. And I think once we get that figured out and then we clean up our rebounding out of our zone, I think this team has a really good chance to be a solid rebounding group.
As a player and a coach, you've obviously gone into environments like this in the past and won. I guess when you look back at those times, what do you feel like mentality-wise it takes to go into the hostile environment and
Well, I think it'll be the first time that a lot of these young players have been in an environment like that. And I think, Jordan Marshall said it numerous times now of it's basketball. And yes, it is. It's played at a different level. And I think for them, I think the biggest jump for young players is the physicality and the speed of the game, and not just I'm going to get on the line and run from end to end fast speed. It's how quickly you process things, how quickly things transition and change, whether it's ball screen coverage or how a team is defending a certain thing or how they're changing defenses and how do you have to adjust quickly mentally on the fly offensively. From a scouting perspective, all those things I think is huge for them. And then you throw in, a top 25 talent level, that adds to the mix. And so for them, it's, hey, let's continue to focus on us. I think with this group more so than any group we've had recently, probably in the last 3 to 5 years, not that we're not scouting our opponents because we're obviously doing that. I think we have to minimize the amount of information that we give them so they can focus on what they have to do and what that task is. Right now, we're trying to concentrate on run to correct spots. You go back to our game against Southeastern, and so much of our offensive woes in the first half, you can say you missed shots and free throws. Yes, you did, but did you get easy shots? Because we ran to correct spots in transition, and were you attacking in the right ways because of that? And a lot of that is when you watch it on film, they go, oh, yeah, and it's a learning process for them. So this will be another learning opportunity for them, and it'll be a difficult environment, obviously. But I think that's what, we have a group that wants to play in those environments and wants to play in a championship setting. And in order to do that, you have to put them in those situations where they grow. And there are going to be some tough moments with this group this year. We've faced some already. We made 4 field goals in the first half on Saturday. That's not lost on me. But I also know their response, and we try to be positive every time out, every dead ball. Hey, stay with it, keep attacking. You've got to attack more, and they did. And we're in a 1-point game with a minute 31, and at the end of that, you got 4 seniors and a junior that go out and execute the last 3 possessions offensively, and they get a layup, and we have 2 turnovers. And that's where this group has to grow, and it's our job to help them get to that point, and we've got to continue to put them in those positions in practice. And then through 6 games, we've had a good kind of snapshot of where they are, and so they can see that and grow from that as well.
Ben, got any questions?
Yeah, Coach, among these young players, is there anyone that kind of surprises you more than another that, early on in the year?
I think they all surprise me day to day because it's like a different world every day. No, it's been really good. I don't think, with losing Mackenzie Worm 2 weeks into summer workouts, I don't think we expected Isla Airy to have the production, let alone the minutes that she's getting right now. And we're asking a kid who didn't even do shoot around on Saturday, was so sick, but comes to the game and gets 7 and 7 or 7 and 8, and she's giving in 33 minutes and probably needed to play about half of that. So I think they're being thrown in and thrust into some roles that probably we weren't expected to have them be in. But sometimes that's a great thing. You learn what you have in people when that takes place, and they've definitely risen to that occasion. I think Jordan Marshall got scouted a little bit against Southeastern, and I said it all along. Southeastern goes to Nebraska and has a lead late in the 4th quarter. This is the same group 2 years ago when LSU wins a national championship that they go to Baton Rouge, and it's a close game in the 4th quarter. They're experienced, and they're solid defensively. We knew they'd have a great game plan. So now it's what do you do now as a freshman as you've been scouted? How do you adjust, and what does that look like? How do we help them through that? But I think, and we haven't even seen Aaron yet, and that will happen soon. But I'm excited. I think they've all shown us a little bit. Paris Bradley hasn't played her best basketball yet, and she's been our most consistent competitor since she stepped foot on campus as far as her ability to show up and compete every day. And she will get her going offensively, but I think they all bring something different. But the one consistent thing is they want to be successful. They competed extremely well in the classroom in the fall quarter, and being thrown into some major roles early on is really cool to see. But I'm excited they're in our group and in our program, and I'm certainly glad that they're on my team.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate you guys.